Hi everybody, I'm Avana Intuitive here with our weekend energy reading for the weekend of May 23rd, 2025. I am using the Fairy Tarot cards of Radleigh Valentine. I'm picking a clarifying card from the Archangel Power Tarot cards with Radleigh Valentine and doing a 3-card pick today with these beautiful Sacred Force Oracle cards from Denise Linn. Let's get started. I'm shuffling the cards and let's get started right away. As always, for entertainment purposes only. So please keep that in mind. If things resonate, that's fine. And if they don't, that's fine too. So basically what we're doing is we're just getting some cards here for the weekend of May 23rd, 2025. Let's see what we got. I'm going to give these cards a little bit of a shuffle. Again, these are the Fairy Tarot cards from Radleigh Valentine. I think, you know, his cards always have such beautiful artwork. And they just have some, I always have loved the Radiant Rider-Waite Smith cards. That's what I learned on. And that's kind of the artwork I'm used to. But that can kind of be like a little bit scarier looking for some people. And anyway, I think he always puts out cards with just some beautiful artwork on them. And, you know, some beautiful descriptions. So here we go. So here we go. This is going to be for the weekend of May 23rd, 2025. As always, I'm going to pick 3 cards. We'll pick the 3 cards. We'll pick a clarifying card, and then we'll go over those cards to see what we get. I'm now shuffling the Archangel Power Tarot cards, also by Radleigh Valentine. This is for our clarifying card, and we'll see what we have. All right, so the first card we have the 3 of Spring card. And this says, plan your next steps with an eye to the long term. 3 of Spring. This would be the 3 of Wands. Have patience. There are more good things to come. Satisfaction from a job well done. So this is that 3 of Wands card. So planning, you know, putting things forward. Also taking a look at, you know, how to adjust. Like you've put stuff into motion and taking a look at, you know, any adjustments you need to make. So planning. You have things in motion, and again, I agree with that. Looking for the long term, making those adjustments to keep things going. Then we get a major arcana card, which is number 2, which is the High Priestess. Haven't really gotten this card in this deck for, I don't think ever actually, which I've had this deck for a long time. That's why I'm looking at the artwork, I'm like, wow. Trusting your intuition, careful reflection before taking action, insights that come through meditation. And this is basically what this card said too. Basically this 3 of Spring, planning your steps with an eye to the long term. So really taking a look at things, using your intuition, right? Let's really step back this week, you know, this weekend if possible, and taking a look, you know, where am I going? Where do I want to move? You know, where do I want to move forward in? And taking a long, hard look, careful reflection before taking action, looking at things for the long term. Yes, looking at adjustments that need to be made is what I'm hearing. Watching my ships come in and watching what I want to do to make adjustments to that for the long term, because I'm hearing things are going well, but we need those adjustments. Okay, then the last card here is the Strength card, another major arcana card, an 11 card, master number, getting up to that like first level, that first gateway. And it is the Strength card, and it says, the grace and inner strength needed to overcome challenges, the power of kindness and forgiveness, time to embrace how wonderful you are. Absolutely, right? We're getting up to that first level. It's like, you know, this card, we kind of put things out there and, you know, we put them out, they're growing, they're moving forward. And now we're taking a look at, you know, what are those adjustments do we need to make? We've got to have courage to make them. I think for some of us too, it's a matter of, do we have the couple of things I'm hearing? Do we have the fortitude to keep going? Do we have the inner strength and courage and fortitude to tell some people this is how it has to be moving forward? We got to work on, you know, having that interaction with people that, you know, maybe we don't want to say something. We just kind of want to like be quiet and hope that the issue goes away. We might have to have that, you know, that inner strength to move forward. And you know what? I heard to give a little, you got to give a little to get a little, right? There may be some negotiations with people going on. I don't really like the way this process is working at work, but maybe we can adjust it a little bit. Maybe sometimes, I'm going to say this, I don't want to insult anyone or hurt anyone, but sometimes you got to pull rank and say, listen, it has to be this way going forward in this case, because maybe you're the owner, or you're the boss, or you know what, I have the institutional knowledge and this is how it's going to be going forward, at least in this case. Or let's try it my way. We'll take a look in a couple weeks, see how it goes, and we can adjust. But using that, there might be, again, it might be something that needs a gentle touch. I'm not saying going in and having a scorched earth policy ever. I don't think that's a good way to really do anything. But again, it says, and I love this because it says having the grace and inner strength needed to overcome. So having grace, but the inner strength. And sometimes you do have to say, you know what, I know the best way here, just because I've been here for a long time. And we have to try it my way, at least for a week or two, and then we can readjust at that point. But yes, things are in motion. I'm getting the feeling that for many of us, things are in motion in certain areas, and there's going to be some adjustments made. Adjustments should be made to keep things stronger as we move forward, right? We're starting to get data back now on things. We're starting to get information. We're starting to get opinions back from people, and information that we need to act on to keep things stronger as we move forward. It might just also be things with our family, things aren't working out here or there, or things are working out. So let's, hey, more of this, more of that, whatever. Might also be a health issue for some of us. Again, this is for entertainment purposes only. Follow everything with your doctor, but you might be looking and talking with your doctor on certain things. So keeping that in mind. And then our clarifying card here is this page of Ariel, and Ariel would be the page of Pentacles. I like that. And this is an excellent opportunity will be offered to you. Scholarships or the pursuit of education, time to get to work. Yes, all these cards this weekend are really looking at, I'm getting the feeling of, yes, like kind of work cards, like putting things in motion, moving forward, cutting things out, adding things, really looking at things and moving forward in ways that work for all of us, and learning, for some of us learning, if not all of us, but some of us, of course, because this is a general reading, but learning how to work with people and kind of getting out there and dipping a cautious toe in those waters on how to negotiate, how to, get out there and make our needs and wants known, but also accommodating everybody else's needs, right? I think Aristotle once said, and I'm being drawn to this quote, and I'm going to use a word that all of us don't always like to hear, but it's very true in a way. Politics is the deliberation of how we live our lives together. And let me explain how I understand that, and there could be other ways to understand this, but politics is the deliberation of how we live our lives together. I mean, we only have so many resources. We only have so much time, so much money. I might, so many minerals and things. I mean, I might want to use money that we have to build a park, and somebody else might want to use it to build a building, and somebody else might want to use it to, clean up a field or something, or do a nature preserve. So we have to deliberate with each other with resources, how much, time we have, and what kind of money we have, and the resources, the energy we have to do stuff. I mean, that's even within our families and even with ourselves. I want to paint this room. Do I have the time to do it? Do I have the money to do it? Do I have the energy to do it? Can I hire someone? So even just doing something like that is, I'm deliberating with myself, right? So we have to work, and I think we're all in a new phase here, learning how to work with each other. You got to give a little to get a little. Sometimes you got to give a lot to get a little bit more to get a lot. So I just love this because it's really like we're really starting to get down. I just heard we're getting down to brass tacks and working with each other and learning that it's not a bad thing to work with each other, and it's kind of cool, and it's kind of like people's eyes are being opened, I think, as we move forward, that we can work with each other and get things done. And that is almost just really like the natural order of things, that we negotiate, we get things done, and we do it in a nicer fashion. And it may not be on a big, massive scale, but for this weekend, it might be that, we even just do it within our families or with our friends or whatever. So, okay, that's what I got for our reading for this weekend, and I think that's pretty cool. So now I am shuffling the Sacred Forest Oracle cards, from Denise Linn, and we'll do our 3-card pick. And there we go. Again, for entertainment purposes only. Let's see what we get. All right. All right, here we go. Card 1, card 2, card 3. Think about which card resonates with you. 1, 2, or 3. If you picked card 1, I love this. It's beautiful. It is the Enchanted Fern Grotto, and it says refuge. And it is a number 16, which is a 7, which is quite spiritual. It's almost like it's time to take a break this weekend. Time to get away to that nature preserve. Time to take away, get away into that meditative state. You really maybe need, if you got this, either you are providing a refuge for someone, maybe they come visit you, or you go out and meet with someone in you go get a health weekend, a spa treatment, spa weekend, but really kind of stepping back with family, friends, or just being by yourself, but really taking the time to step back this weekend. It might be something that resonates with you. If you picked card 2, you got Wolf Spirit, family, which I love that. And that's a 51, which is 6. 6 represents family. And this, I love this Wolf Spirit, this family, spending time with family this weekend, or, having family issues that you're dealing with, but you're dealing with it like in a pack mentality, almost like your family is like, I just kind of heard like maybe making a decision this week, like, do you guys want to buy a swimming pool this weekend, or do you guys want to put our money together and go on a vacation somewhere this weekend? So, something that we have that we can use all summer, or something that we are going to do for like 1 week. Kind of having like a pack mentality with the family this weekend, but it's all fun. So I love that. And if you picked card 3, you got the Foggy Bog, and it says patience, and it's 18, which is a 9, coming to the end of something. Foggy Bog, maybe needing to practice a little bit of patience this weekend. Foggy Bog, you're getting there. It's taking a little bit longer. You can't maybe see all the steps, very clearly, but you can see them clearly enough. You know what the next step is. Reminds me of the Hermit card a little bit. You can see enough, the next step that you have. You're enlightened enough and you're smart enough to know which direction, and you're getting that intuition as you move forward. So if you got this card, Foggy Bog, patience, moving forward, you're coming to the end with this 18, with this number 9. You're coming to the end of the process, the end of the project. So you'll get there. All right, my friends, as you know, Mondays are my 3-card pick-a-card shorts. Tuesdays are my Super Duper Girl shorts. Wednesdays are my weekly astrology tarot cards. Always, have in the descriptions, I will definitely have the astrology signs all timestamped, so you can go right to your sign. Thursdays are my weekly energy readings, and today, Fridays, are my weekend energy readings. You know what? Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell. Get notified when I'm on YouTube doing something live. And you know what? I really, really hope you all have a wonderful, blessed weekend, and I will be back next week, if not sooner. All right? With that, namaste.